region, because different people from different culture will be coming together, and as a result of that, to lead to disintegration. Now, solution to rural-urban migration. One of the major forms of migration that tend to create problems in all developing countries is that of rural-urban migration. And now that we've discovered that rural-urban migration is the one that can give us a kind of problem in the future or anytime, there is need for us to consider the solution that will help us to eradicate such problem. The first one is the provision of social amenities. The provision of social amenities such as water, electricity, cinemas, roads, and so on in rural areas will go a long way in reducing the rate at which people, especially the young ones and able-bodied men, move to urban center from the rural area. 2. The transformation of traditional agriculture to modern agriculture will also help in a long way to reduce the rate of people moving away from the rural area, which is more of that of running away from agriculture to the urban center to look for better opportunities. Now, if there is a kind of transformation of traditional agriculture to modern agriculture, there will be more people that will be staying back in the rural areas and not moving to the urban center. 3. Establishment of industries. The establishment of industries such as businesses in the rural area will also help the young ones to have a stable in the rural area, to stay and work in the rural area, because what they were looking for and what they are running after in the urban center is now in their vicinity, and they will be able to stay in such society. And also it will now reduce the number of people trooping to the urban center. 4. The establishment of educational institutions such as universities, such as polytechnics or colleges of education will also help the young ones and the able-bodied men in the rural area that has been looking for how to run away into the urban center in order to get a better education to stay and remain in the rural area, because there will be no need for them to go away when the resources are available at their own disposal as well. Number 5, the establishment of corporate branches such as government departments, business firms, and financial institutions like banks will encourage the young ones to stay in the rural area instead of moving to urban center. And number 6, the provision of recreation facility such as stadium, such as swimming pool, such as cinema house, amusement park, and so on like that will be if such should be established and available in the rural area, there will be reduction in the number of people that move from rural area to urban area. With that, the problem that usually arises from rural to urban migration will be reduced, if not totally eradicated. Now, let's now look at the overpopulation, or what we call larger population. A large population is one with a large number of inhabitants in a particular region at a particular period of time. We have countries like China, United States of America, India, Indonesia, Nigeria, Russia. All these, they have large population, not in relation to the land mass, but in relation to the number of inhabitants in such countries. But with this overpopulation, there are still some advantages attached to it. There are still some advantages we can get from the large population. Number 1, we have large labor. High population usually provide large labor force for the industry. There will be more hands to provide labor services in such society. Number 2, we have large markets. High population is a source of large markets for goods produced by the industry, because there will be more population. Therefore, the transaction at that society, at that period of time where there is high population will be very high, because the more population, the more transaction that will be taking place. Number 3, we have defense. Organized army and other law enforcement agencies are easy to recruit in high population area, because we have more than enough able-bodied men and young ones, especially in such society. And number 4, quick information dissemination. Where there are more people, information will easily flow around, and people will easily get the right information at the right time. Because of people staying everywhere in the area, it is very easy to get information passed all around. And number 5, we have attractions of investors. Where there is high population, there is likelihood of investors, especially from other places, that would like to come and establish their industries and businesses in such places. Therefore, investors are easily attracted to such area where there is high population, because there will definitely be a large market in such places. Then we have urbanization. Urbanization is an area where there is large population, and it usually leads to urbanization. And we have respect for international bodies. Countries with high population are normally respected by international bodies such as World Health Organization, United Nations Organization, and so on like that, because there will be more personnel and more resources that they can use for their own benefit in the organization as well. And lastly, we have attraction of foreign aids. Countries with high population do enjoy foreign aid from developed countries such as United States of America, such as Japan, such as Germany. So such a country, especially the developing countries that are highly populated like Nigeria, they usually enjoy foreign aid from the developed countries. Now, disadvantages of large population. 1. Natural resources such as farmland and other mineral resources usually become overexploited, because there are more people that will be accessing it. 2. Crime rate is usually high in areas with high population due to lack of jobs, because not many people in the society with high population usually get a desired job. Therefore, people tend to, especially the young ones, tends to look for other means to quickly get what they want. 3. The shortage of food. As a result of high influx of people into the society, there are usually a kind of shortage of food or other good things to eat, because there may not be likely enough production of such food in the environment. And the little one that will be there, that will be available, may be obtained, may be something that attracts a very high price to get. Number 4, unemployment and underemployment as a result of ever increasing influx of people into the society. People tend to get a very low job compared to what they want, because there will be more hands around available, and those employers will usually use the opportunity of more hands available to underemployed people, pay people below what they're supposed to get, and so on like that. Then poor accommodation, as the house available may not be enough for the high population in the society. Also, traffic congestion. Where there are more people in the society, there are usually the problem of traffic congestion in such society. Also, we can have environmental pollution due to poor housing. There may not be enough drainage to pass all the waste and the rest. Such can lead to pollution in the environment. Also, we have pressure on social amenities like pipe-borne water, electricity, and so on. The number of people that will be accessing those social amenities will be more than normal, and such social amenities may not be enough to satisfy all the people living in the society. Also, we have inadequate health service provision that people in the society that is highly populated do not get enough and standard health service in such environments. That is another problem. In that case, it can lead to low standard of living because people will not get what they want at a particular period of time. Most people don't have enough job that can fetch them a good thing to live with, and in that case, there will be low standard of living in such society. And the last one, disadvantage, is the high cost of living. For example, for that of food that may not be enough, people will be getting a very small amount of food with a very good, high price. And the housing also that may not be enough for the people, the little resources that will be available in such society will be attracting a high price to get, and it will now take only the high privileged one to obtain such. So those are the disadvantages that is likely to be attracted by the overpopulation. Now, population density. When we talk of population density, we are talking of the measurement of population per unit of area or unit of volume. It is commonly represented as people per square mile. That is, how many people living in a particular unit of farmland or a particular unit of area. How many people are living in a square mile or a square kilometer. And it is usually calculated as total population divided by the land area. That is population density. Now, underpopulation. We just look at the overpopulation. What is underpopulation? Underpopulation is a situation where where the population is too small relative to the available resources, where there is a very small number of people living in a society or in a region or in a particular place, and there are more than enough resources in such an environment. It means that the size of the population is so small compared to the available resources in such a geographical location or region. In such case, we tend to